Right this very second, your body is juggling thousands of different tasks, all on autopilot. And at the center of it all is this amazing control system. Today we're going to pull back the curtain on its quiet hero, the powerful, behind-the-scenes manager of your body's calm.
We've all heard about the fight-or-flight system, right? That's the one that jacks you up with adrenaline when you're stressed or facing a threat. But what about its partner, the system that takes over when the coast is clear? That's the mystery hero we're getting to know today.
So, how does this whole thing work? Well, here's our game plan. First, we'll define what this chill system really is. Then, we'll see how it sends its messages, trace its main routes, check out what it does to your body, and finally, we'll look at the incredibly delicate balance it maintains.
Okay, let's meet our main character. While the fight-or-flight system gets all the glory for being the emergency first responder, the parasympathetic nervous system, we'll call it the PNS, is the calm, cool, and collected operations director working tirelessly in the background.
Its nickname says it all: rest and digest. The PNS is all about saving energy and helping you recover. Think of it as your body's own efficiency expert. Its job is to slow things down, help you absorb nutrients from your food, and bring everything back to a state of calm equilibrium.
So that's what it is. But how does it actually send out these calming commands? Well, it's not just one single wire running from your brain. It's actually a really clever three-part communication chain that makes sure the message gets exactly where it needs to go.
It's kind of like a relay race. The first runner, this preganglionic neuron, carries the message a really long way from mission control. Then, it gets to a relay station called a ganglion, which is conveniently located right next to the target, and passes the baton. From there, a second, much shorter runner takes over to deliver the final instruction directly to the organ.
And if you look here, you can see how their design is just perfect for the job. That first fiber is long and it's myelinated. That's like having insulation, so the signal can travel super fast over a long distance. The second one? It's short and unmyelinated because, hey, it's only got a tiny little hop to make. And you'll notice they both use the exact same chemical messenger, acetylcholine, to get the job done.
All right, so we know how the messages travel, but where do they even start from? Well, the PNS basically has two main headquarters that dispatch all these signals along some major nerve superhighways.
This is exactly why you'll often hear the PNS called the Craniosacral system. It sounds fancy, but it just tells you where the signals come from. Cranio for the ones starting in the brainstem, and sacral for the ones starting way down at the base of your spine. Those are the two command centers.
Now get ready for this because this number is pretty wild. Out of all the nerve fibers carrying these rest and digest signals out from the brain and spine, a whopping 75% of them travel through just one single pair of nerves.
And that, my friends, is the legendary vagus nerve. It is the absolute superhighway of the parasympathetic system. It starts in the brainstem, then it kind of wanders down through your chest, connecting to your heart and lungs, and it keeps on going to supply almost your entire gut. This isn't just random wiring. It's a direct, visible connection between your brain and your core organs. A huge piece of the puzzle for understanding that whole mind-body connection.
So what about the other 25%? They take a different path. These are the pelvic splanchnic nerves, and they come from that sacral part of the spine we just mentioned. Their job is to handle business in your lower body. We're talking the lower colon, the bladder, and your reproductive organs.
Okay, that's enough anatomy. Let's talk about what this all actually does. What does it feel like when the PNS is running the show? Let's look at the real-world effects.
First and foremost, it tells your heart to just chill out. When you're relaxing, the PNS signals the heart's natural pacemaker to slow the beat down, which over time saves an incredible amount of energy.
And here's the digest part of rest and digest. The PNS totally ramps up the activity in your stomach and intestines. It boosts the muscle contractions that move food along and tells your body to release digestive juices. It's making sure you get every last nutrient from your meal.
Have you ever noticed how your pupils get tiny in bright sunlight, or when you're really focusing on a book? Yep, that's the PNS at work. It's fine-tuning your vision for a relaxed, safe environment where you can focus on things up close.
Now, this one might sound a little weird, but it's completely normal. When you're at rest, your body just doesn't need as much oxygen as when you're, say, running for your life. So the PNS allows the muscles in your airways to relax and narrow just a little bit. Again, it's all about conserving energy.
So this system is absolutely essential for keeping our bodies in balance. And to really drive home how important it is, let's look at a real clinical example of what happens when that balance gets thrown off.
Way back before we had modern medicines for it, Some really severe stomach ulcers were treated with a procedure called a Truncal vagotomy. Surgeons would literally go in and cut the main branches of that big vagus nerve that connect to the stomach. The goal was to reduce how much stomach acid was being produced.
And, well, it worked. Kind of. Acid production definitely went down, but it also showed just how delicate this system's balance is. By cutting the nerve, they also cut off the crucial digest signal. This caused a major side effect called gastroparesis, where the stomach muscles just stopped contracting properly. Food would just sit in there, slowing digestion to a crawl. It's a really powerful lesson in how critical this nerve's input is for everything to work right.
So, we've met the unsung hero. From pumping the brakes on your heart to making sure you digest your lunch, the parasympathetic system is constantly working to keep you calm, cool, and collected. It's not some background system at all. It's absolutely central to our health. Which brings up a really important question for all of us. What can we do in our everyday lives to support it?